one of the main things that people get stuck with in their business. They spend so much time working in their business, they can't work on their business. And that will definitely lead you on the fast track to failure inside an agency, especially. Okay, so we're talking all about duplication. If you missed any of the training previously, definitely go back to my YouTube channel and check that out. Today, I'm going to show you how to create workflows. And remember, within HighLevel, which is the suite of tools that we use inside of our agency and our program, within HighLevel, you actually, as the agency owner, you can create snapshots. And what a snapshot is basically an entire account that is already set up for your client. So as soon as they create their account, they automatically get access to all of the resources you have built in that snapshot, okay? So I'm going to show you not only the workflows that I have built into my snapshot, but I'm also going to show you how you can use custom values to streamline this process even more. So let's get into today's training. Okay, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me, Floyd. I see Floyd is here. Let's get into this. So if you notice here, I have 4 basic workflows, okay? Now, these may not seem like a big deal, but this is actually trial and error, and, lots went into, like, figuring out what is a good workflow for my specific client. So your client may need something different, but the process is really going to be the same, okay? Now, I showed you yesterday the lead magnet funnels, and the purpose or the call to action in those lead magnets is, those funnels, you opt in to get a free guide, and then there's the opportunity to book an appointment, okay? So everyone who has a calendar needs to have a workflow of appointment reminders, okay? So what I've actually done here is I've created a workflow for appointment reminders and also a workflow for no-shows, okay? These also correspond with the opportunities, which are these sales pipelines, okay? So our sales pipeline here is first, you get a new lead, okay? And then you get a hot lead, and a hot lead means they opened up an email. I'm going to show you how we trigger that. And then when they actually book an appointment, they're going to be moved to this pipeline here. And then if you've sold them services, they're going to move to this stage in the pipeline, okay? So if you see here, we have the different stages. You can toggle between the pipelines if you want to. And it's going to create a card here. So as soon as you get a new lead, it'll create a card here. Once they open an email, there'll be a hot lead. Once they book an appointment, they're going to move here. And then, of course, once you've sold them something, they'll move here. So all of this is automated, okay? Same thing, the pipeline for Power Dialer, which I'm going to explain to you in just a second. The only 2 stages of the pipeline, of the Power Dialer pipeline, is the no answer and the completed stage, okay? So let's go back to the automation workflows, and you'll see there's the Power Dialer there. We'll talk about that in just a second. Okay, so let's get into the appointment reminders, and you'll see here, first of all, we need to select this. I'm glad that I saw this. So it's going to be appointment, and then it's going to be appointment status is confirmed, okay? So that is what is going to trigger this workflow to take place, okay? So once the appointment is confirmed, which you can set that inside the calendar, what we want to do is now send an email, okay? So we're going to say, hey, and then this is contact first name. Okay, so it pulls it in from when they book their appointment. It's going to pull in their first name, so we don't need to add that. It's also going to use, and these are custom values, okay? So it's going to use contact first name. It's going to say your appointment has been confirmed for, and then it's going to have this other custom value here, and it's going to input the appointment start time of the calendar they booked from, okay? It's also going to pull in, using this custom value, the username of the person whose calendar the appointment was booked. So you may have multiple team members within the company, within this one sub-account. and it's going to pull in whoever was assigned to that calendar, okay? And then it's also going to say if this time does not work for you, or when it's time, I will give you a call at this. So this is actually designed for people who are just making phone calls without the use of Zoom. A lot of people are intimidated by, video meetings. People are more used to it now, but sometimes even new business owners or marketers, they're kind of intimidated about the Zoom thing. So adding, the phone number makes this really easy. The flip side of this, if they did want to use Zoom, we could easily just swap out this tag here for the Zoom link tag and then replace them all. Okay, so it's really not that big of a deal. And then we're also going to use this custom tag, custom value here, and then it's going to input the user email signature. Okay, so you can set that in the profile section, and it says email signature, but we can add this custom value here, which again makes it to where no matter which team member is assigned that calendar, it's going to default to that. Okay, even if you don't have a team member inside your account, you may just want it to be you, but as the agency owner, if I'm setting all of this up for a client, I want it to be, you're creating snapshots for all different business types, right? So you want to definitely make it as, I don't want to say generic, but universal would be a better term for that. I do see that Linwood and Maria are here. Hello, hello. So where do you gather these custom values? Okay, you can go up here and you have a smorgasbord of selections. Okay, now when you're choosing contact, this is going to be the person who opted in. Okay, whether it's opting into a funnel or they booked an appointment, this is going to be where you're going to grab that custom value. Okay, and these can be used inside of a funnel as long as they have opted in. Okay, so if I wanted to use, and I'll show you in just a second how I did that, but if I wanted to add someone's first name on the thank you page, I can get the custom value just by using this as a sample, right? I could just copy this and then add this to the page. And like I said, I'm going to show you that in just a second. So that's how you can get the custom value. Okay, that's just a little insider tip, just to, if you're like, I don't know where to get the custom values. And you can also make your own custom values. And then you can use them inside here, inside of the, the email system. So these are all of the custom values that I've made, and you'll notice here that they are all of the thank you pages of the edition of the guides. Okay, but you can't really connect. You can't add the custom value for the guide until you have connected a domain. Okay, so we'd still, even though this could be a time-consuming process, I have definitely, I'm going to show you tomorrow why that's so easy, but I'll show you how you can create those as well. And I kind of talked about that yesterday as well. Okay, so this is the email to confirm. And then, of course, we have an internal notification. So what we're doing, again, we want to make this as simple for the business owner as possible. So every time the business owner gets an appointment, we want to notify them. Okay, we're going to notify all the users in this situation. So if there are multiple or just one, it really doesn't matter. But we're going to notify all users within the account, and we're going to say you have a new confirmed appointment on this start date. And then we've even given instructions. So log into your account here and/or check your calendar details. Okay, so you may have your Google Calendar connected, and you want to check there. You may have you may want to go directly into your dashboard calendar. So wherever you have that, but this link here will lead inside the dashboard to your calendar inside your account. Okay, which that is definitely the best place to take appointments, because you can access their profile and all of that while you're actually in the appointment. You can also send text to pay and lots of really cool things. Okay, so the next thing, we want to create the stage in the pipeline. So I told you just a second ago, when we have them booked an appointment and it's confirmed, we're going to add them to the pipeline, and it's going to be the booking confirmed stage. Okay, so this part of the workflow is what's going to make that happen. Now we're going to wait 5 minutes, and then we're going to send them a text message. And again, we're adding custom values because that makes it personal, but it also helps us to save time. Okay, so we're saying, hi, contact first name. Thank you for booking a call with me. I've sent you an email with info to access your meeting. Please let me know if you did not receive it, and I'll ensure that you get the info. I look forward to meeting with you. And then we have username, so it's going to sign whoever is assigned to that calendar. Okay. So this is what's going to go out. And I do like to do this. And again, we're talking trial and error has led me to doing this because we want to make sure that our emails are a good reputation. And since we have the ability to send a text message and you're limited with the characters that you can use in a text, what I like to do is with every lead magnet or any time I send an email like that, I want to make sure, at least with the first one, that I've let them know, like, hey, contact first name, whatever it is. I just sent you an email with all the information that, whatever was it, whether it was a lead magnet or it was, booking the appointment and how to access it. And then I'm, sending them a text message to say that. So I am encouraging them to go to their email, check the email, look for it. Is it in spam? Is it in promotions? Is it in, is it in the inbox, right? So I want them to look for it, and then I want them to open it, right? And then click in the email. That is what is going to give you a good email reputation, okay? So this is the text that's going to go out there to encourage that. And then, of course, 24 hours before the appointment, we're going to send another reminder email. Same thing, we're going to use custom values. And then an hour before the appointment, we are going to send them another reminder using custom values, which is really awesome because, if you did want to let them know what their appointment time is, you could do that in every single email. If you had a Zoom link, that could be in every single email, however you want to set it up, but the custom values make it really simple. And then, of course, we're going to wait 10 minutes before the meeting, and then we're going to send them a text and say, hey, I just sent you an email with the details of our meeting. Let me know if you didn't receive it. I'm looking forward to chatting with you. Okay, so right before the meeting, we're sending them an email, we're sending them a text, and then all the way through. You guys, I use this exact system, and I have next to zero no-shows for my appointments, okay? I make it really easy for them to reschedule. I'm constantly notifying them that we have a meeting. They can reschedule simply by clicking the links here. These are actually custom values, but they are built into the reminder campaign. You can see here that they can either cancel or they can reschedule, and that's in every email that they receive. So I'm just giving them every opportunity to be able to do that if they can't show up. So I have next to none of the no-shows, and I used to have quite a lot. So definitely really helpful reminder campaign. Okay, so now with the no-shows, what we want to do is we're going to trigger this by appointment status no-show, okay? And just to show you here, if you go to your opportunities in the pipeline, let's go here to lead gen. Actually, here we're in the lead gen. Let me show you the best way, actually. Maybe I need to show you, in the calendar. Okay, I just wanted to show you this. So when you have appointments here in your calendar, you'll be able to click on it and it'll have like their name or whatever. And then as you're doing, this is why it's great to use our calendar for your, when you're actually in your meetings, because you can take notes in their profile and all those things. But you can say this person, we had an appointment booked here and this person no-showed. We could easily click on their profile and then change their appointment status to no-showed. And then what that would do is trigger this no-show automation to take place. So what we're doing is we're triggering the appointment no-show. And remember, we can manually do that. We're adding a tag to no-show because I don't know about you, but, if you book an appointment with me and then you don't show up, there's not many opportunities I'm going to keep reaching out to you because obviously if it was important to you, you'd show up, right? So sorry you didn't make it. That's the title of the email. And then hi, first name. Sorry we weren't able to make our meeting. Let's get you rescheduled, and then shoot me a reply to this email or call or text. And then we're using a custom value to add the user phone number. Really, really important. Please let me know if you have any questions, and then sincerely, and then we have our user email signature that defaults no matter what team member, right? So same thing, super cool. Again, we're going to send them, well, actually, we're going to wait 5 minutes because we just sent them an email, right? So we want to make sure that they got the email, and we're going to say, hi, contact first name. Sorry you weren't able to make it. If you need to reschedule, I just sent you an email with the details. I look forward to meeting with you. And then we have our username, okay? And then we're going to remove them from the workflow, okay? So that is the basic workflows for the booking calendar. Okay, now if you had to recreate all of that, every single client, that would take you forever. Okay, but this is pretty much done, right? I mean, once we connect like the the user and all that stuff, it's pretty much done. Okay, so now this is the part I see this in all of the HighLevel groups. And again, if you are not a HighLevel member, you can either join. Go to bridgetbartlett.com. You can either join HighLevel within my agency and get access to all the tools and training, or if you're an experienced agency owner and you want to create your own HighLevel account, you can do that and get a free membership inside of HighLevel. And you're also going to get my snapshot that we've been working on all week that I'm showing you here. Okay, so this will make the onboarding process much, much more simple for you. Okay. So what we're going to do, this is basically how you would want to manage like a double opt-in without it being a double opt-in. Okay. So you can see I have 4 workflows here. Okay. Now I have a workflow here that is going to trigger when an email event, okay, that's what we're going to choose, is clicked. Okay. So basically when they get an email and they click on it, it's going to trigger this workflow to take place. Okay, so we're going to add a tag clicked on email. So every email with this tag, we know that they at least opened or they clicked in an email. Okay, so this is a really hot lead because they clicked in an email. They didn't just open it, but they clicked in it, right? So what we want to do is we want to add them to our pipeline. And this is, again, how you want to automate that stage. Okay, so they open an email, they click in the email, they're getting automatically added with that tag. They're getting added to the pipeline in this specific stage, which is hot leads. And it's going to add their name and the source that they came from to the pipeline. Okay, and then, of course, we're going to remove them from the workflow. Okay, so that's just one part of it. Okay, now the next one is they opened an email. So again, we're going to trigger the event as opened email. So we're choosing email events. The event is opened. And we're going to add a tag here for opened email and then remove them from the workflow. Okay. If you don't remove them, it'll keep tagging them every time they open an email. So it's not really necessary. Now, this next one is really specific for texting. Okay. So if someone replies, say I send out text messages and someone replies with stop. Okay. And I've told it here. So when a customer replies and it contains the phrase stop, I want it to actually set that contact to D&D because I don't want to send them any more text messages, okay? So I'm going to set that to D&D. Now, definitely remember that this is, when you set it to D&D, this will also set, this is just the way that HighLevel is set up for, at the time I'm making this video. But as of right now, when you set a contact to D&D, it's not going to send out marketing emails and it's not going to send out marketing text messages, but you can send you can still send them a single text or a single email because, basically the system knows that there's obviously a reason if you're sending one email. It's not a marketing email, so that's the difference there. Okay, so that's what we want to do. We want to ensure if we're sending out lots of text messages and for marketing purposes, that if they do reply stop, that we are marking them D&D. Okay, also, spam. If they complained about our email, this is another email event. And then this one is complained spam. Okay. So if they mark our emails as spam, we're going to add a contact or add a tag and it's going to say marked spam. We're going to set them as enable D&D and then we're going to remove them from the workflow. Okay. So that will ensure that we are definitely not sending them any emails out that they have marked spam. Okay. Because that just does damage to our email reputation. And plus, if you mark an email spam, you obviously do not want to hear from that person anymore. So, let's just definitely save everyone the trouble. Now, lead generation. Okay. We talked about all of the funnels that we have. And I showed you how to easily duplicate all of the funnels and all of that. And you can actually duplicate the forms as well as the workflows. Okay. So if I did want to, let's say that I created a new health funnel, and I wanted to duplicate this because you can see with every funnel, you need to have its own workflow because you're being it's not a generic email follow-up. You're specifically talking about, in this example, boost your immune system, right? So you need to have a workflow for every different funnel. And so if I did want to duplicate this, all I would need to do is just simply click, add the new title here. Like maybe it was, intermittent fasting or something like that. I could call it that and then create, and it will give me an exact copy of this workflow. Okay. But for the purpose of this training, I'll just show you the workflow and how it's all set up because it's the exact same every single one. It's just customized for the actual guide. Okay, so I love to give it a name, obviously, what the guide is called, what the funnel is called. That way I can keep it all straight. But the form submitted, okay, so we're choosing form submitted, and the form is Boost Your Immune System Guide because, of course, with everyone, you need to have your own form. Okay, so it needs to have its own workflow, its own form. So here's where we want to add the contact tag, which actually this should be Boost Your Immune System. So I'm glad that I saw that. Okay, so and then create opportunity. So what we want to do is, this is a new lead, okay? If they've submitted that form within that funnel, they're considered a new lead. So we're going to mark them as new lead. That's the stage within the lead generating pipeline. And we're going to click save here. And then we're going to send an email. Title of the email, of course, we're using the user name and the user email. And then the title of the email, download Boost Immune System Guide, because we want them to recognize why they're getting this email, that they actually requested it. And then here I'm saying I wanted to make sure you received a copy of my Boost Immune System Guide. Download your guide here, and you'll see that I have a custom value. Okay, so the reason that I'm using custom values here instead of the actual link is because really the only thing that we should have to do every time we get a new client is just to add the link once we connect to the domain to the area where the custom values are. And then we will not have to go into every single workflow and change all the links out per client. Okay, so that really helps us to duplicate this process and makes it much, much faster. Okay. So again, we want to wait 5 minutes, and we're going to send them a text message. Hi, contact first name. Username here. So it would say, hi, Maria. Bridget Bartlett here. I just sent you an email to access my Boost Immune System Guide. Did you receive it? If not, simply reply here and I'll sure you get a copy. Have a great day. Okay, so that's the text message, and that's the basic setup and the same system that I use on all of the funnels. Okay, so now let's actually, I'm getting ready to show you the custom values, but I do definitely want to show you the power dialer first. And if you don't know, basically a power dialer is where you can upload a list of phone numbers, and I've done training on this before, so definitely go back to my YouTube channel and check it out. But I show you how to set it up, but also how to use it and how to actually get leads to upload. Okay, so what a power dialer is when you upload a list with a bunch of phone numbers. What happens is when you upload the list, you tag it as power dialer, and then it will go into your conversations tab in the manual actions, and then it will have basically it'll have your whole list, and you'll just click let's start, and then you'll start manually calling or texting, whichever you chose, all of those contacts within your power dialer list. Okay. But you need to have a pipeline because you need to keep track of all of those. And that's why we have the no answer, because if you're going through all of those calls and someone didn't answer, you want to follow up with them, right? So you want to move them to the no answer stage or the completed stage if you actually did speak to them. Okay, so let's go back now to automations. So what we have here for the power dialer, once it is complete, you'll see that the call status says we're going to choose call status for the trigger, first of all, and then we're going to choose call direction. Okay, outgoing. So this is the outgoing call, and in the workflow, power dialer completed, call status, and then this tag. Okay, so that is going to be what triggers this workflow. we're going to, when that happens, when all of those things happen, we're going to move, and this is the purpose of this workflow, or yeah, the workflow, is to just ensure that when these things happen, that we are moving to the completed stage in the pipeline. And then of course we're going to remove from the workflow. Okay. And then the next thing here is the power dialer. Okay. So when we upload our list and then we select all, and then we choose power, or you can even upload your list and add a tag. So if you have a specific list of phone numbers and clients that you want to upload, and you want to upload them with the purpose of putting them in your power dialer, you can tag them during the upload process. And as soon as it uploads, it's going to tag them, and then it's going to add them to your manual call list that I just showed you. Okay. So this is the basic setup in all of the workflows. Okay, so now to access the custom values that we were talking about, if you go to your settings and go to custom values, you can see that I already have these set here. Okay, so what happens is the client comes in. Okay, let me back up a little bit and I'll show you. The client comes in and they're like in the mindset niche. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to connect their domain. All right, now when we connect the domain, it's going to be like, basically this is going to be their funnel. Okay, so it's going to be, let's say we connected bridgetbartlett.com. The link to this would be bridgetbartlett.com/power of visualization. Okay, but what we want to do is get the thank you page links, because that is what we're going to send them to inside of the workflows. Okay, so again, we would just go to publishing, and it would be like bridgetbartlett.com/power of visualization 2. Okay, so let's say that that's what it is. We'll just copy. Now let's go back to settings. First of all, you can connect your domains here if you didn't know. Just add domain, and then it tells you the directions here. Okay, but what we're going to do is go to custom values now, and then I would go to that guide, power of visualization. Okay, and then I would click here, and then what I want to do is just replace this dummy link with the link to the thank you page of this funnel. Okay, and I've even made it, and again, we're talking about how your duplicatable system needs to be a system that is easily teachable to someone else. Okay, if it's too complicated, and this happens all the time, if it's a really complicated process and you as the agency owner need to be involved in the process, it's not a good duplicatable system. You should be able to have a duplicatable system that you can hire a VA to come in here and do these tasks for you, of course, with a simple SOP. Okay, and you can use like an extension like Scribe or something like that. I've talked about that before, but it makes it really simple to create an SOP. Okay, so I would just want to paste that here. Now, as soon as I paste that here and I update this, everywhere that this custom value, which is going to be here, okay, or is that? No, power of visualization. Everywhere that this custom value is placed is going to now be replaced with this link. Okay, because that's what we've done, is we created basically like a code, and then it's going to now link to the link that we added here. Okay, same with like your Twilio phone number. If you don't want to, have to add your Twilio number every single time, or what if you change it, or whatever, you can just change it here. So I like to have that. Same with the Zoom link. If you're using your same Zoom link, in all of your reminders, maybe you don't want to have to go in there and change it, because sometimes we do change our Zoom links often. So you can actually just create a custom value and then add your Zoom link. And then that way, when you want to update it, you get a different Zoom link. You just come back here and update it, and you don't have to update all of your workflows. Okay. So not only does that make it easier for you as the agency owner, but also you when you're managing your own business, right? And then also the booking link, if you have your, this is great too. If you have a booking calendar, and which, we do have a booking calendar here inside the platform, but if you want to add your booking calendar link there, and then just everywhere that you want to, and all the correspondence, maybe you want to add this at the bottom of your signature. If people want to book an appointment with you, you could do that there, and then you can just simply update it. So the greatest thing that I can tell you about using the custom values is the ease of use use when it comes to updating, because if you've ever had to change links and not had something like custom values, then you know that you'll almost always miss something, and it takes a lot of time to have to go through everything and make sure that you've updated everything. Plus, what if you decided like, hey, I actually want to separate all of these funnels out and I want to have separate domains for all of these? All you would need to do to update that is just come here to the domain, and then you wouldn't have to update your whole workflows. Okay, so this super simple. Okay, I mean literally, and I'll show you tomorrow, because what we're going to do is take the snapshot and then we're going to set up the account. I'm going to show you how easy that is. Okay, so we're going to start from scratch there. All right. So one thing I did want to show you before we get done here is I wanted to show you how cool this is when you have a custom value inside of a website. Okay, so let me actually open this up here. And this is the opt-in page, Power of Visualization. Now I'm just going to opt in. Okay, so let's say test. We'll just put this information here because this is actually a sticky contact. So I was just testing this before, but you see here how it has the name. How cool is that? So total amazing customization. And all I did there was just put that contact first name, custom value tag. So let me show you here actually what it looks like on the inside. You just literally copy the tag like I showed you before. Let me actually go to the next page. And then I just swapped out the text here and then added that tag there. Okay, same thing here with the footer. You can just add the location name here, add this auto tag, and then it will auto populate whichever, no matter which account this is in, whatever the location name is, it will auto populate that there. Okay, so whoever is opted into the funnel, it will have that there as well. Okay, super cool. Okay, guys, that is all that I had for you guys today. Oh, sorry. I always think of extra stuff I want to tell you, okay? So I wanted to show you, since we tested that out here, okay? I wanted to show you what the conversation looks like, okay? So someone's opted in to the funnel, okay? You see in your contacts that now we have the contact information here, okay? We've already sent an email here, okay? Because it triggered that event, and it says, hi, test. I just wanted to make sure you received a copy. Download your guide here, and then it put in the fake URL, because we didn't update the tag with the real one. So it's going to put in the default URL that we added there to the thank you page of the visual guide. You see all the phone number. You see that we've tagged here. They've opened the email because I was testing this before. So we tagged it. They've opened an email. And then now if we go to, let's see, if we go to opportunities, and we're in the lead and gen booking, you can see here, now we have a new lead. So we have that there. When you click on it, you can update those things. Remember when I said about the appointment, you could actually choose, I don't think it's in here actually, you can update appointments here and tasks and notes and all of those things, but I don't think, I think it's in the actual calendar I'm thinking of, where you can change it to no show. But that is how cool all of those things are. Okay, so I just wanted to basically show you, what that looks like and where all the information goes. And what's really cool is when you connect your Facebook account and Google My Business and all of it, your texting and all of that stuff, it will actually show up here in the same conversations tab, so that you can see all of your correspondence in one place. Okay, so anyway, that is really all that I had for you today. I will see you tomorrow. We're going to connect. We're going to upload this, create a new account, and I'm going to show you how you can set it all up very simply. Okay, this is a total easy duplicatable system that really provides a lot of value. Okay, so I will see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.